Good morning. All right. First off, let me begin this morning by saying again, and I said it plenty of times yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. I want to thank so much everybody who joined either the 10 a.m. or the 2 p.m. WebEx meeting. Again, it was just a freewheeling, ask any questions that you have. I usually like to save it right before the informative speeches, but you could have asked a question about anything. It was just great to interact with you. Again, this is why I do this job. This is why I've done it for so long, is I just love the interaction. I love talking with you, speaking with you. I even said this, it's on Kane University, the athletics page. They did something on a retrospect on former football players. And one of the things they said is, why do you like your job so much? And I said, I love the interaction. I love speaking with you and talking with you, learning about you and, what your goals are and hopefully helping you to achieve, or on your way to achieving those goals that you have. And this whole online thing, again, as I said, the very first video I sent to you guys, up until the spring of 2020, I had been at Bergen Community College for 21 years, now 22 years. And I never once requested or even went to 1 minute of training to teach an online class. I just don't do it. It's just not who I am. So having that chance now to interact with you all, it was just terrific. I really enjoyed it yesterday. I even got a little giddy. You guys are like taking the steps. All right, professor, we have to learn about something. And I'm just like giddy as a little schoolboy. It's like, yeah, I get to talk with people. I get to interact with you. I get to actually, you'll ask a question and I can answer it. Or I'll ask you a question and you can answer it immediately. So it was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate those of you who joined. We'll probably do it again one other time before the semester is over. I know a lot of you couldn't make the meetings, and that's understandable. COVID has really thrown everything for a loop. Just to give you an example, even during the spring semester last year, we're in person until spring break, and then they tell us after, during spring break, don't come back. So now we have to switch to the rest of the semester being online, and I couldn't stay, what some professors were doing. They were staying at the same time slot, going online live with their students. The only problem is that as COVID hit and we went into a complete shutdown, a lot of people who took my class Tuesday, Thursdays at 11 a.m., well, now they had lost their job because of the lockdown, had to go find another job where they could work, and unfortunately they would end up working from where class would meet. So I couldn't even do that. So that's why I know that a lot of you, some of you since the beginning of the semester have had job changes. That's what's been happening with COVID. So I understand you couldn't make the meetings, and hopefully we'll try to make the next ones if you can. All right? Well, it's the moment a lot of you have been waiting for. It is now time for you to get ready to present your speeches. Now, some of you, again, this is one of those things, please watch the videos, listen to the videos. Because I've had all these questions about, well, wasn't the outline already due yesterday, or did you want those speeches done? I never said any of that. I know exactly what I say. That's why I've been a communication professional for 28 years. I make sure to tell you what's due, when it's due, so now you know your speeches are now going to be due. Now, this is what I need. I'm going to need you to upload your speech, of course, to your YouTube channel. And then, of course, you'll send me the YouTube link. I would definitely recommend you put it on public. I don't think that if you don't put it on public, somebody who is going to search you out knows. Unless you actually tell a lot of people, nobody knows you're putting your speech on YouTube. So put it on public so I can access it. And when you send me your YouTube link, you're also going to, of course, send me your full content outline. They'll both be due at the same time. I cannot watch a speech without you also having the outline with it. Okay? So send me the YouTube link of your speech, have the full content outline attached to it. All right? And make sure I can open that attachment. Couple of things. Number one, make sure, just like I have it right now. Now, this is, my kitchen's behind me, but I have my dining room table in front of me. All right? I have a box here, and that's where I have my laptop. This way, the camera's at eye level. This is where we need it to be. Okay? I don't need you having your device down here looking straight up. I don't need to count your nostril hairs when you're delivering your speech. All right? Did that a lot during the informal speeches, which is fine. It was the informal speech, but not for a formal speech like the informative and persuasive speeches or any presentation you'll be giving in the future. You do have to stand, no sitting down, okay? Or kneeling down. I've actually had students kneeling down, sitting down, laying on their bed. No, standing up. Of course, this way your hands can be free for your gestures. No outline in your hand. Have the outline down in front of you. I don't expect you to memorize your speech, so if you need to refer to it, you look down. But of course, you still want to keep that eye contact here. Even though it's a camera, you still have to have in your head the idea that people who are watching you need to see your eyes. They need to know that you're talking directly to them. Make sure you're practicing your speech. Now, again, take your time with this, people. Okay? Practice your speech. Record it once or twice. Look it over. We're not talking a tremendous amount of time here. Remember, I gave you the time breakdown in the handout about the speech, how you organize it with the outline and everything else. The time breakdown, so make sure you know this is only a 4-minute speech. 3 to 5 minutes, you should shoot for 4 minutes. So if you record it a couple of times, watch it back, make sure that you're polished before that final recording, and then go ahead, record that, and that's the one that you save. But you want to make sure that you practice it. This way, again, if you did the research, you typed it out, you practice at least 2, 3, 4 times, by the time you do that final video, you have a really good idea what you're talking about. So the eye contact is going to be very good. Yeah, you'll still be referencing down here, but you'll still be able to keep and maintain really good eye contact. Make sure, and again, this is something very new. Make sure your equipment works. Make sure I can hear you. All right? With some of you, I don't know if it's the device that you're using, if you're standing too far away. Now, I personally have what is naturally a very booming voice. Okay? I mean, I live in northern Passaic County. Orange County, New York sometimes calls and says, Mike, you're a little loud, we can hear you. So I know that you're going to be able to hear me. But just make sure that I can hear you when you send me your video. Also, and again, this is something very new, and I've talked about this already, it's very important, make sure there's lighting in your room. Make sure that when it's being recorded and when you watch the recording, I can see your face. I've actually had people in dark bedrooms or closets, or I don't know where the hell you filmed this speech, and I can't see your face because the shadow's too dark. All right? So make sure that I can go ahead and I can see your face. There's so many others. Oh, make sure you cite your sources during the speech. Again, Ashley, Carolyn, I believe it was, the one about the Polish music festival, but especially Morel. Okay, Morel really gives you a great idea of how to make sure you cite your sources during the speech. All right, and that's very important because remember, none of you were born already knowing this information. You gathered it from somewhere, and you have to tell us where you got it from. Make sure that you have a bibliography because you have to have your 3 sources, at least 3 sources. Make sure you have that. And just have fun with it. There are so many really, really, really good, interesting topics. Some of these festivals or celebrations that some of you have brought forth with your statement, I've never heard of. So I very much look forward to it. And hopefully, I will be able to send you all some of these speeches. I really would like to take about 4 or 5 and send them to everybody just so you can, because normally if we were in person, part of this assignment is that you watch your classmates' speeches and then you critique them. You say, good eye contact or, good posture, or really good use of gestures, tone of your voice was excellent, great organization, good citing of sources. You would all do that also. A little difficult to do when we're doing the online version, but hopefully if I can send you at least 5 speeches, you'll get an idea of how some of your classmates have been doing their assignment. Besides you just thinking, you only looking at your speech, I really want you to see some other speeches. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. All right? Don't get too wound up with this. Okay? It's a 4-minute speech. Remember, 3 to 5 minutes. You want to aim for 4. Try to keep it to 2 main points. All right? So you'll have an introduction with an attention gainer and preview. Make sure you preview your main points. 2 main points, and then a conclusion with a review of your main points and providing some form of closure. Okay? That's it. Now, your speeches are due by next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Okay? So today is the 2nd. That would be the 8th, I believe? No. I'm so bad. I think it's the 10th. All right? Whatever Wednesday next week is. It is the 10th, isn't it? Next Wednesday, 8 p.m., your speech is due. All right? So you have 8 days. Practice. Put together the best speech possible, and then go ahead and send it to me with your full content outline. All right, I wish you all the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing your speeches.